whenever this kind of words come into your reading, or you are probably using them into writing, or you are listening this word, or you are speaking this word, it has a single one meaning, that you are giving examples, you're giving illustrations, you are giving demonstrations, you are giving some figurative statistical informations which can evidentially back by your statement. Now listen my sentences, my paragraph very carefully. For example, yes, our technology has revolutionized humans' tendency towards making the work more effective and efficient. For example, this technology has been used in our kitchen to make our appliances more conclusive. And for example, that in offices, humans' capability has been replaced by this computer technology. For example, that even the young children are taking a lot of benefits academically from this outstanding technology. Got it? I use the word like, for instance, for example, so you'll be expecting that I'm giving evidence to prove or disapprove the argument. Got that? Yeah. And the last one is therefore it can also be used for conclusion. Therefore, making it stress that, in fact, that there are a lot of reasons of being late today, and I tried to reach at home. I reached in the time at the place, but I couldn't be able to catch up the flight in time. Therefore, I was late. So you are trying to give conclusion that it was the most eminent reason of being late today. Are you getting me? Yeah. And last is here finally. Finally means conclusion. Finally means that there is a final thing, and final thing is always a main idea. Next, please. Yes, sir. I just introduced some examples of signpost words categorized by their functions. So, for example, introducing a topic. That's how would you come to know that the writer is trying to give introduction? So he's giving the briefings of the information. So, for example, the topic of today's talk is, so you can listen to this conversation so you came to know that his ongoing discussion is about that. This sentence is, today's talk is very important, okay? And then today I would like to discuss, so this is all about a discussion. Sometime when I came into a classroom and I would have started with this sentence, today we will discuss about this particular topic. So this is a common thing the writer is trying to give his introductions about the topics, and this is our kind of sentences you may practice in your speaking, and you may listen to these type of sentences so you come to know that this is a topic of discussions. And the topic of discussion is always the main idea. Got that? And what we should talk about today is, you got the sentence that you are trying to discuss the main idea. Next, please. Sequencing. Sequencing is basically designed to discuss about the process or any kind of experimentations step by step. For example, I'll just make a picture here. This is remover. And you. And sequencing most of the time can be used in your task one, in description, pie chart, line graph, diagrams, and you can also be leveraged into your in your reading manuals as well. I found one of the perfect example is unboxing your new cell phone. Okay, you'll be given a manual. So listen to the manual. Could you please just open your unbox by opening from the left corner? So understand that. And And firstly, you need to put your SIM by inserting on the left jacket at the bottom on the right hand side of your cell phone. You can place your fingers and a screen will be open. And secondly, you'll be able to install certain applications to this on the cell phone. And finally, your phone is ready to make a phone call by dialing from the numbers or digits. That is email. Sequencing anything which can be explaining you into a different things into a sequence. So sequence is telling you have to do first listening, afterwards, then, and finally. So this is all about the sequencing. Anything which can be the part of the process, anything which can be the part of experimenting into different stages, sequences can be used. I made one story here, okay? I just made a picture here to describe the sequencing and that's how sequences can be helpful to describe the diagrams, bar chart, and these lectures can be helpful for the task one writing as well. Pictorials. Okay. For example, this is a meteorological report about the weather forecasting, and they have used 3 different devices. The first device is radar system, which can actually understand the weather or the various kind of calculations, and the information has been transmitted to the process department where they process the informations. The second most important information will be extracted for the understanding of the weather is a synoptic chart, which has been designed to understand and predict the weather on by this thing. The last one is a meteorological equipment which has been installed on the mountainous areas to find out weather understanding. And all this information has been processed on the computer screen and has been transmitted to the humans by 3 different kind of sources. The first source, you can be able to extract the information of the weather forecasting on your news, on weather on television. You can actually contact to the department on particular number of telephone calls, and you can be able to extract that. And finally, you can be writing an email about the next 24 hours of weather, so you can just go for that particular website. That's the manual of sequencing. So you are describing anything into a particular sequence in particular order, and everything will be clear to you. Nothing? Next, please. Yes, developing a point. Yes, this is a further information. And you need to give a further information. So you need more knowledge. You need development of the topic. And you can use such a whole sentences. Additionally, I got the word additionally in my reading, and I came to know that the writer is trying to give more information about the topic. And obviously, this is a supporting idea, in other words. Moreover, I already explained the importance of the word moreover, furthermore, contrasting. Nevertheless, even though despite this in fact will be given for your developing a point or development of the discussions which will be required to you. Is it clear? Anything which you have to be, you'll be share with this presentation with everyone, so you have an idea. You can use them into your speaking skills. You can just guess your anticipating the skills of listening by using these type of sentences and these type of words. Emphasizing the point when you are looking at your conversations, and this is very important for students who practice in speaking skills and they want to argue and they want to write something with some emphasis, with some stress, some kind of extraordinary pressure point. So they use that. In speaking skills, I have one important suggestion. So whenever you make this emphasis, so your sound will become quite higher from the sound. For example, we'll be delivering lectures today. So you have got the sense that the who is actually important in this sentence. So why this chair is so vacant today? So I'm making a stress on that chair. In fact, that the debate between Iran and Israel has been collapsed after reviewing a lot of things. So you're saying that the petrol prices has been increased today by 12 rupees. So you stress actually making importance that you're making an importance on something. 27 people have been recently killed in the suicide bombing. So your stress actually making it 27 people is accordingly. So stress actually is are very much customized. Every student wants to become more natural, to stress on the word, to make more language more meaningful. Okay, but in writing skills, you have to use set type of sentences to clarify. The most important thing is, you came to know that he is trying to give importance. And sometime in your listening module, and you say that the writer has discussed 4 topics, but what is the most important? So this is the kind of sense we can get that. And it is important to note that. So even this kind of word, it should be stressed in your conversations which you are saying. Important to know that you will not leave your classroom until your lecture has been finished. It means that I'm making the stress on this one. The vital thing to understand about this is there any word? Vital. Vital is a very stressful word, and this word only gives imagination and writing to your readers, and you are reader and you are getting the writer, so you get to know that he is getting some kind of extraordinary emphasis or pressure point or stress on this particular observations. And one of the most notable things, this is also an important idea. And finally, is something last but not the least. Okay, so you're trying to give a stress that this point is very, very important. Last but not the least. Okay, if anything which contradicts you and we need more clarification, just let me know. I'll try to clarify it. Is it clear? Yes. Anything which you need more understanding?
We use the nevertheless.
Nevertheless can also be used for conclusion. Means that when you say that, whatsoever should say that, nevertheless, I believe it. This is the final verdict. And I worked hard and tried to save the lives of human beings by introducing this penciling. Nevertheless, we give something optimum performance. So, and you are giving it says that you made a lot of efforts, and finally, is a nevertheless. Concluding, so these are a few sentences I told you about the word like consequently, eventually, finally, to sum it up, and to conclude, and to be concluded, and to cap it all, conclude, to summarize, which we discussed, so is a conclusion, and this is all about main idea. Means that writer is trying to use such type of sentences to produce a main idea and his final conclusion. Next please. Oh, I gave a long exercises.
दूसरी वो reading passage थे 3.
Main passage into we vocabulary sentences are great. Anyways, so I'll make my own example. So this will be your listening examples. I'll make 2 sentences, okay? And you need to find a word which in fact creates a relationship between these 2 sentences. Okay? Got that?
Yeah.
Yes. I'll be using 2 different sentences. You need to listen to these 2 sentences and find an accurate selection of signpost words which must be used as a connectors. Despite the fact of that humans understanding towards solutions of okay, I'll just take a few minutes and then I'll make examples. The first sentence, okay? Technology has revolutionized the society. This is my first sentence. And the last sentence that even the age of young children can take the benefits of this technology. How do you relate these two sentences? More, yes. Impressive. Because I took the first stance, technology has robustly, flourishly improvised the society. Even this technology has taken a lot of benefits to young children. So in the first phase, I was discussing about the advantage of the technology. In the second phase, I was discussing about the advantage of this technology. It means that I'm going to find a word like moreover, furthermore, additionally, and we can call them these such type of words can be used to relate these two sentences. Second example. Yes. Second example is a bit more complicated and long examples. Okay. Television is considered to be a source of entertainment. And we have experienced that sometimes when we want to spend some leisure activities, we would like to watch some kind of amusement plans and amusement stories, amusement cartoons on the television to find some kind of leisure activity. This was my first sentence. Okay? Got it? Television is also considered to be a source of information. As I'm an international traveler, so sometimes I need to consult that what type of temperature, what type of dresses, and what type of people have been living over there. And by watching a television, I can be able to find some kind of documentary programs about traveling, and I can actually find the rates of the hotels and their different kind of other services to the customers. Yes. Furthermore, yes, impressively, but I was discussing the advantage of the television, and then I also discussed the advantage of another television. Okay, so means that relationship between these two paragraphs based on similar directions for moreover, furthermore. Now listen to my example again, okay, and try to observe that which word can be used in these situations. Traveling is considered to be one of the most consensuous feelings by which we can find the enjoyment and we can learn a lot by traveling to different places. People have claimed that traveling, in fact, is just a source of waste of money, and it can give you some kind of leisure activity, but we can actually better find some kind of suitable alternative of traveling for their betterment of financial considerations. So what is that? Conversely, on the other hand, because in my first phase I took a stance, traveling has a lot of benefits, okay? And in the next paragraph, I tried to convince you traveling is a waste of time. Means that I was trying to take a opposite opinion of the discussion. So I'll just start after that.